We have all over YouTube all of these channels that profile the TikTok whores, the skanks, the trollops, the strumpets, the 304s, all those nasty bitches, the gold digging whores, all those seriously fucked up entitled women. And this is unfair to women. There are all kinds of gorgeous, intelligent women that have ethics, morals, they have integrity, they want a good life, they're honest, they're hardworking, they're trustworthy, and they're not getting profiled. And the disparity between those that are good and those that are just skanks is skewing everyone's opinion, all the guys' opinions of women in general. So you got the passport bros, you got all these guys that are so-called incels that are not really incels. They just given up. They don't want nothing to do with your skanky box. They don't want anything to do with your STDs. They don't want to pay for your bills. And it's just unfair to the honest, hardworking, decent women of not only America and the West, but all around the world. I don't understand why people don't look for the good in humanity in many cases. I understand that part of it is they get clicks and hits, they get traffic, they get money off of the negative, similar to what the mainstream media does. But this is just not right, and it's not good. And people shouldn't really just be going to the dark side of every part of the internet to find the ugliness and then acting like that's an accurate representation of humanity at large, or in this case, of women. On a few of my videos, I could be accused of doing the same. There are a few where I'm just mocking these just absolutely clueless, disgusting, cretinous, just vapid, vacuous whores, basically. That for me is humor. I'm not trying to cast aspersions on all women everywhere or imply that all women are like that. There's a difference between presenting stuff as humor, satire, comedy, whatever, and making it as a depiction of reality. And so it's really just unfortunate that the same way that a lot of guys say they can't find any honest, decent woman that will perhaps share their whole life with them, there's an equal amount or more of women that are in the same plight. And both sexes, and this may apply to gay and trans and lesbians as well, I'm not sure. I'm straight, so I don't know that much about that. But this is just not, it's not good for humanity to endlessly try to depict everyone as being the absolute worst when it's a small representation. Look, the fact is that older generations, a lot of people, perhaps people that want privacy, they're not on TikTok. They're not putting out those videos. So mostly what you see is people that are young. In many cases, they might perhaps be slightly better looking than some, but with all the filters and the makeup and all the plastic surgery and the Botox or whatever, that's not real. It's not actually them. They don't look like that when they wake up in the morning. It's the same as some guy doing a whole bunch of roids. It's not real. Either way, the point being is that the decent people deserve to be profiled and represented in an equal amount. There should be an equal share of the good versus bad and the right versus wrong and so forth. You can look at myself, for example. I'm private and I like my privacy. I don't want to be famous, never have, never will. I don't want my face all over the internet. I don't want people knowing where I live. I don't want people knowing my business. I have as you probably noticed, a little bit of a speech issue. I don't articulate very well. It doesn't mean I'm ignorant. I have a predilection for sesquipedalianism. I'm actually quite intelligent, above average in size, well built, pretty decent, as far as my life, my lifestyle. And at the same time, that doesn't mean that I'm going to go and try to put up filters and fraud and be a poser and try to do things to get clicks and hits to impress the women's. That's just fake. What kind of only a douchebag does stuff like that? Some guy that wants to be a player, who's just going to end up, with a whole bunch of baby mamas everywhere and debt and STDs and probably perhaps getting beat up or shot at or something by jealous husbands and boyfriends. And a lot of the women will do the same. So they'll end up in the same type of situation. And that's not to disparage all. People can have bad circumstances, but choice matters, and making the same mistake over and over is just stupidity. So my point is, maybe people should seek out videos and do their likes and unlikes, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever, based more on reality and not just on small demographic of people that basically make a living off of being obnoxious, arrogant, hubristic, stupid, and the ones that then also make money off of profiling those people. Back to my original point, is that's not an accurate representation of human beings, humanity, males or females, and in this case the women that are always being depicted as being nothing but a bunch of skanky hoes, which in many cases they are, because they're getting rewarded for it. The younger ones want to emulate the other ones. You can look at Kim Kardashian. Who's the biggest porn star in the world? It would be Kardashian. That's where her fame came from. She, leaked and then got paid and arranged to have this sex tape come out. She was Paris Hilton's closet cleaner. Literally, her job was to organize and clean Paris Hilton's closets. And then when her porn tape came out, one thing led to another, and so all these other young women want to emulate that and view that as admirable, and it's not. There's nothing admirable about the Kardashians. There simply isn't. They made some money, and some people are impressed with that. So what? Televangelists have money, drug dealers have money, hookers have money, dictators, despots, all kinds of people, nasty fucks like Trump have money, people, nepo babies, people that inherit it. Just having some dollars in the bank doesn't make you a good human being. Being a good human being is your actions, not what you actually flaunt or show. And with the far too many of these people that you see online, they're massively in debt, and they don't actually own anything. The bank owns everything, and it's just a front, and including Trump. The guy's gone bankrupt 6 times. He's probably bankrupt again. They say his real estate's worth $1.5 billion. He probably owes more of that to Saudi Arabia and to Putin. Banks in America have not loaned him money for a decade, 2 decades, because he doesn't pay his loans. Trump doesn't pay his bills. Enough about Trump. The point being is, find decent human beings, find real people, find normal people. There's plenty of them out there. Don't be swayed by what you see only online.